Lesson 1: Mapping out the road trip.
Hey Anna, I wanted to run something by you. I'm thinking of taking a little road trip this weekend, and I could use your input.
A road trip, huh? That sounds like fun. Where were you thinking of going?
Well, I was hoping to explore a few nearby towns and cities. But I wanted to make sure I map out the best route to avoid any major traffic or delays.
That's a smart idea. Have you considered using a GPS navigation app to help plan your route?
A GPS app? That's a great suggestion. Do you have any recommendations for reliable ones that can help me avoid traffic jams?
Absolutely. Google Maps and Waze are both excellent options. They can provide real-time traffic updates and reroute you as needed.
Ooh, Waze, I've heard good things about that one. Does it actually give you alerts about traffic conditions ahead?
Yes, Waze is really impressive when it comes to crowdsourced traffic data. It can alert you to accidents, construction, and other delays.
Fantastic, that's exactly what I need. And Google Maps is a classic go-to for navigation, right?
Definitely. Google Maps has come a long way and has a lot of useful features for road trips, like estimating travel times.
Awesome, that's super helpful. And while I'm at it, should I look into booking any accommodation ahead of time?
That's a good idea, especially if you're planning to stop in popular tourist towns. You can use travel booking sites to find hotels, motels, or even Airbnb rentals.
Ooh, Airbnb, that's a great option. Might be more affordable than a traditional hotel, and a unique experience.
Exactly. Airbnb can give you a more local, authentic feel to your trip. And you can read reviews to find the best options.
Wonderful, this is all really helpful advice. I feel like I'm on the right track to planning an awesome road trip now.
Fantastic. With a reliable navigation app and some pre-booked accommodations, you'll be set up for a stress-free and enjoyable journey.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you taking the time to provide these great tips, Anna. This is going to make my road trip planning so much easier.
I'm happy to help, John. Road trips can be so much fun when you've got the right tools and resources. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time exploring.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks again for all your advice, I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Lesson 2: Exploring the Enigma of Pain.
Hey Anna, I was reading about this fascinating concept of phantom limb pain and I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Phantom limb pain? That's such an intriguing and complex phenomenon. From what I understand, it's when people experience pain or sensations in a limb that has been amputated.
Exactly. I was really surprised to learn that. I mean, how can you feel pain in a body part that's no longer there?
It is quite puzzling, isn't it? The medical community is still trying to fully understand the causes and mechanisms behind phantom limb pain.
Apparently, it has something to do with the brain continuing to receive signals from the nerves in the amputated limb, even though it's no longer physically present.
Right, the brain is still trying to process those neural inputs, but without the actual limb there, it can lead to the perception of pain or other sensations.
Fascinating. So, in a sense, the brain is sort of tricking itself into thinking the limb is still there, and that it's experiencing pain or discomfort.
Exactly. It's like the brain is unable to fully let go of the limb, even after it's been removed. The nerves and neural pathways are still intact, but the physical body part is gone.
Wow, that's really quite remarkable. I can't even imagine how challenging and frustrating that must be for amputees to deal with.
Absolutely. Phantom limb pain can be incredibly debilitating and difficult to manage. Researchers are still exploring various treatments and therapies to help alleviate it.
I see. So, what sort of treatments or interventions are they looking into?
Well, some approaches include things like mirror therapy, where the patient visualizes their missing limb moving, or even using virtual reality to create that illusion.
Interesting. I guess the idea is to try to reset the brain's perception and integration of the missing limb.
Exactly. The goal is to somehow interrupt or override the neural pathways that are still sending those pain signals to the brain, even though the limb is gone.
Fascinating. I had no idea the brain could be so stubbornly attached to a physical part of the body that's no longer there.
It really is quite remarkable. The brain-body connection is so complex and intricate. Phantom limb pain just highlights how deeply ingrained these neural patterns can become.
Absolutely. This has been a really enlightening conversation. I feel like I have a much better understanding of this intriguing medical phenomenon now.
I'm glad I could provide some helpful insights, John. Phantom limb pain is a truly fascinating area of study, and it really speaks to the incredible capabilities and complexities of the human brain.
Definitely. I appreciate you taking the time to walk me through this. It's given me a newfound appreciation for the challenges amputees face in dealing with this condition.
Of course, I'm always happy to discuss these kinds of fascinating medical and scientific topics. The human body and mind are endlessly intriguing.
Couldn't agree more. Well, this has certainly been a thought provoking conversation. I feel like I've learned a lot about an issue I knew very little about before.
Excellent, that was my goal. Discussing these kinds of unique medical phenomena is a great way to expand our understanding of the human experience. I'm glad I could provide some valuable insights.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure chatting with you about this, Anna. I look forward to more enlightening conversations like this in the future.
Lesson 3: Finding the perfect vacation rental.
Hey Anna, I'm planning a weekend getaway and I was hoping you could help me find a great place to stay.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to lend a hand. What kind of accommodations are you looking for exactly?
Well, I was hoping to find a cozy little vacation rental, maybe an Airbnb or something similar. Any recommendations in the area?
Let me think. There are quite a few good options around here. Do you have a specific location in mind or are you open to suggestions?
I'm flexible on the location, as long as it's relatively close and has easy access to some of the main attractions.
Okay, got it. In that case, I'd recommend taking a look at some of the Airbnb listings in the city center. There are a lot of charming apartments and cottages available.
Airbnb, huh? That's a great idea. I've heard a lot of positive things about the vacation rentals on that platform.
Definitely. Airbnb offers a really wide variety of unique and affordable accommodations. You can often find some hidden gems.
Awesome, that's exactly what I'm looking for, something a bit more unique and off the beaten path.
Wonderful. You should be able to find plenty of cozy, well-equipped Airbnbs in your desired location. Just make sure to read the reviews carefully.
Good point. Reviews are so important when booking a vacation rental. Wouldn't want any unpleasant surprises.
Exactly. The reviews can really give you a good sense of the property, the host's responsiveness, and overall guest satisfaction.
Definitely. I'll be sure to comb through the reviews thoroughly before making a booking. Anything else I should keep in mind?
A few other tips: try to book your rental a few weeks in advance if possible, to get the best selection and rates. And look for places with good amenities that fit your needs.
Got it, that makes a lot of sense. Booking early and finding the right amenities will be key. Anything else I should know?
Well, you may also want to consider the check-in/checkout times to make sure they align with your travel plans. And see if the rental has any strict rules or policies.
Excellent advice. Paying attention to those logistical details will help ensure a smooth and hassle-free stay.
Absolutely. With a little research and planning, I'm confident you'll be able to find the perfect Airbnb for your weekend getaway.
Wonderful, this has been super helpful. I really appreciate you taking the time to provide all these great tips. I feel much more prepared to start my search.
I'm glad I could be of assistance, John. Vacation rental booking can be a bit tricky, but following these guidelines should help you find a great place to stay.
Fantastic, I'll be sure to put all this advice to good use. Thanks again, Anna. I'll let you know how the booking goes.
Sounds good. I look forward to hearing about your rental find. Enjoy planning the rest of your weekend getaway.
Will do, thanks so much. This conversation has been a big help. Talk to you later.
Lesson 4: Pursuing Positive Impact.
Hey Anna, I wanted to pick your brain about something. I've been thinking a lot lately about how I can make a more positive impact on the world.
That's a noble goal, John. What kind of positive impact are you hoping to make? What areas are you most passionate about?
Well, I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and I feel like I want my work and my life to contribute something meaningful, you know? I don't just want to chase money or status.
That's really admirable. It's wonderful that you're seeking to find deeper purpose and meaning in your life and work. What kinds of causes or issues are you most drawn to?
That's a great question. I'm really passionate about environmental sustainability and protecting our planet for future generations. I'd love to find a way to get involved in that space.
Wonderful, the environment is such a critical issue that needs more dedicated advocates. Do you have any specific ideas or skills you could contribute?
Well, I have a background in business and marketing, so I was thinking maybe I could help raise awareness for eco friendly initiatives or promote sustainability solutions.
That's a fantastic angle. Your business and marketing expertise could be invaluable in driving positive change. Have you considered looking into nonprofit organizations or social enterprises in that field?
That's a great suggestion. I've been researching some local environmental nonprofits, and there seem to be a lot of opportunities to get involved. Even as a volunteer, I could make a real difference.
Absolutely. And the great thing is, you don't necessarily have to commit to a full-time role. Even contributing your skills and time in a part-time or advisory capacity can have a meaningful impact.
You make a really good point. I don't have to completely overhaul my life or career to create positive change. I can start small and gradually build up my involvement.
Exactly. And who knows, your initial volunteer work or advisory role could even lead to new professional opportunities that align with your values and goals.
That's a really exciting prospect. I'm starting to feel more motivated and inspired to take that first step and get involved. This conversation has been so helpful, Anna.
I'm so glad to hear that, John. It's wonderful that you're feeling inspired to channel your skills and passions into something impactful. I have no doubt you'll be able to make a real difference.
Thank you, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to discuss this with me. You've given me a lot of great ideas and practical advice to get started.
Of course, I'm always happy to brainstorm and support positive goals like this. Please keep me posted on your progress. I'm excited to see the impact you'll be able to create.
Absolutely, I will. This has been a really meaningful conversation for me. I feel energized and ready to start taking action towards making a difference.
That's fantastic, John. I'm confident you're going to do amazing things. Just remember to stay focused on the positive impact, and everything else will fall into place.
You're right, that's the ultimate goal, to make a real, tangible difference, no matter how big or small. I'm excited to get started. Thanks again, Anna.
Anytime, John. I'm rooting for you, and I know you're going to do great things. Wishing you all the best in this new chapter of pursuing positive impact.
I appreciate that, Anna. This has been a really uplifting conversation. I'm grateful to have your support as I embark on this new journey.
Lesson 5: Campus Policy Debates.
Hey Anna, I wanted to get your thoughts on this campus debate that's been going on about university policies.
Campus policies? What exactly is the issue being debated?
Well, from what I understand, there are certain social groups on campus that are pushing for the university to revise some of its official policies.
I see. And what are these groups hoping to change about the current policies?
Apparently, they want the university to adopt more progressive and inclusive policies in order to receive continued funding and support.
Interesting. So the university's policies are being challenged as not aligning with the values of the student body?
Exactly. The groups feel the current policies are outdated and don't adequately address the needs of marginalized communities on campus.
I can understand the desire for policy changes to promote greater equity and inclusion. It's an important issue.
Absolutely. But the university seems reluctant to make sweeping changes, as they have to balance various stakeholder interests.
That's understandable. Revising institutional policies can be a complex and delicate process, I imagine.
Right. The groups are putting a lot of pressure on the administration to act, but the university wants to follow official protocols.
I see. So it's become a bit of a standoff between the student activists and the university leadership.
Yes, and it's really divided the campus community. Some support the calls for policy reform, while others think the university needs to maintain stability.
That's a tough situation. Balancing progress and practicality is never easy, especially in an academic setting.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out and whether the university is willing to make the changes the groups are demanding.
I agree. It's definitely a complex issue with valid perspectives on both sides. I'm curious to see how the university navigates this.
Same here. These campus policy debates can really shed light on the evolving values and priorities of the community.
Absolutely. It'll be important for the university to find a way to address the concerns while still upholding its core mission and principles.
Definitely. It's a delicate balance, but one that's crucial to get right for the well being of the entire campus.
Well said. These are the kinds of discussions that can really shape the future direction of a university.
Absolutely. I'm glad we got to dive into this topic. It's a great example of the dynamic issues facing campuses today.
Agreed. Discussing these kinds of debates is so valuable for understanding the complexities involved. It's been a thought-provoking conversation.
Definitely. I appreciate you sharing your perspective, Anna. These are the kinds of discussions that can really open our eyes.
Lesson 6: Exploring the eclectic world of hobbies.
Hey Anna, I was curious to hear about some of your more unique or unusual hobbies. Do you have any particularly rare or niche interests?
That's an interesting question, John. I'd say one of my more unique hobbies is birdwatching. It's a relatively uncommon pastime, but I find it incredibly rewarding.
Birdwatching, huh? That's not something you hear about every day. What do you enjoy most about it?
Well, I love the opportunity to quietly observe nature and discover new species of birds. It's almost like a treasure hunt, trying to spot rare or elusive feathered friends.
That does sound pretty fascinating. I can see the appeal of that sense of discovery and appreciation for the natural world.
Exactly. And the best part is, you don't even need to travel to exotic locations. There's so much avian diversity even in our own backyard, if you know where to look.
I can imagine. Any other hobbies you'd consider a bit out of the ordinary?
Let me think. Oh, I know, I'm really into competitive knitting. It's a niche sport, but the community is wonderfully supportive and creative.
Competitive knitting? Now that's something I've never heard of before. How exactly does that work?
Well, there are all sorts of knitting competitions and challenges, where participants have to complete intricate projects under tight time constraints. It's surprisingly intense.
Wow, that sounds both impressive and a little bit hilarious. I can just imagine a roomful of people furiously knitting away.
Haha, yes, it's quite a sight to behold. But the level of skill and craftsmanship on display is really incredible. It's a unique hobby, for sure.
I can imagine. Do you have any other quirky interests that might surprise people?
Let me think. Oh, I know, I'm also really into amateur astronomy. I love stargazing and even have a small telescope set up in my backyard.
Astronomy, huh? That's a fascinating hobby. What do you enjoy most about it?
I love the sense of wonder and exploration that comes with studying the cosmos. There's just something so humbling and awe-inspiring about observing the night sky.
I can see that. Stargazing must provide a really unique perspective on our place in the universe.
Exactly. It's a great way to gain a deeper appreciation for the sheer scale and complexity of the cosmos. Plus, it's just a wonderfully calming and meditative activity.
That's a great point. Stepping back and connecting with the natural world in that way must be incredibly grounding.
Definitely. It's a nice counterbalance to the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Just a chance to slow down, look up, and marvel at the wonders of the universe.
I can imagine. You've certainly piqued my curiosity about these unique hobbies of yours. Maybe you can introduce me to the world of competitive knitting sometime.
Haha, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to. And I can even teach you a few stargazing tips if you're interested in exploring that hobby as well.
That sounds fantastic. I'm always eager to expand my horizons and try new things. Thanks for sharing these fascinating insights into your eclectic interests, Anna.
Lesson 7: The Pitfalls of Constant Criticism.
Hey Anna, can I get your perspective on something? I've been noticing a concerning trend lately.
Absolutely, John. What's been on your mind?
Well, it just seems like so many people these days are constantly criticizing others around them. Pointing out flaws, finding fault.
That's an interesting observation. I can see how that kind of environment could become really toxic.
Exactly. And I feel like it often stems from insecurity or just an overall negativity. What do you think drives that kind of behavior?
That's a great question. I think sometimes people criticize others as a way to make themselves feel better or more superior.
Ah, I see. So it's almost a defense mechanism in a way, trying to build themselves up by tearing others down.
Precisely. And it's especially problematic when it becomes a pattern, where people can't seem to appreciate anything positive.
I agree. It's like they're always looking for what's wrong instead of what's right. That must be exhausting.
It really is. And it often just perpetuates a cycle of negativity. Do you feel like you've experienced that kind of environment yourself?
To some extent, yeah. I've had coworkers or even family members who were constantly nitpicking and criticizing.
That can't be easy to deal with. How do you manage to stay positive in the face of that kind of criticism?
Well, I try to remember that their words often say more about them than they do about me. I don't take it personally.
That's a very mature outlook. Maintaining that perspective is key to not getting dragged down.
Definitely. And I also make a conscious effort to focus on the positives, to counterbalance all the negativity.
That's a great strategy. Highlighting the good qualities and achievements of those around you instead.
Exactly. I find that it not only helps me stay grounded, but it can also potentially inspire a shift in the critical mindset.
That's an excellent point. Responding with positivity can sometimes be the best way to break that toxic cycle.
Absolutely. I think if more people tried that approach, the world would be a much more uplifting place.
I couldn't agree more, John. This has been a really thought-provoking conversation. Thanks for sharing your insights.
Of course, Anna. I appreciate you taking the time to explore this issue with me. It's an important one to discuss.
Lesson 8: Fitness Routines and Friendly Challenges.
Hey Anna, I heard you've been really into fitness lately. What kind of workouts have you been doing?
Oh, I've been mixing it up quite a bit. I've been trying everything from yoga and Pilates to high-intensity interval training. It's been a lot of fun exploring different ways to stay active.
That's awesome. I've been wanting to get back into a consistent fitness routine myself. Do you have any favorite workouts or classes you'd recommend?
Let me think. I've really been enjoying the flexibility and mindfulness of yoga, but the calorie burning of HIIT workouts has been great too. And Pilates is just such a wonderful full body strengthening routine.
Wow, that's a great variety. I'm impressed by how well rounded your fitness regimen is. I may have to try out a few of those myself.
You definitely should. And it could be fun if we did some of those workouts together. A little friendly fitness competition could be motivating.
Ooh, I like that idea. A little healthy rivalry could be just the push I need to stay consistent with my workouts. What did you have in mind?
Maybe we could try a HIIT challenge? See who can complete the most burpees or squats in a certain amount of time. Or we could do a step challenge and track our daily steps.
I love it. A hit challenge sounds right up my alley. And a step challenge would be a great way to get in more daily activity.
Exactly. We could even make it a bit more interesting by putting a little friendly wager on the results. Nothing too crazy, of course, but maybe the loser has to buy the winner coffee or something.
Ooh, now you're talking. A small stakes bet could definitely add an extra layer of fun and motivation. I'm in. When do you want to get this fitness challenge started?
How about this weekend? We can decide on the specifics and then get to work training. This is going to be so much fun, John. Friendly competition is the best way to stay motivated.
I couldn't agree more. I'm already feeling pumped up and ready to give it my all. This is going to be great. Thanks for the awesome idea, Anna.
My pleasure. I'm really looking forward to it. A little healthy rivalry between friends is the perfect recipe for fitness success.
Absolutely. Alright, let's do this. I can't wait to see who comes out on top in our little workout showdown.
May the best fitness enthusiast win. I have a good feeling about this, John. This is going to be an awesome way for us to support each other's health journeys.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm excited to push each other to new heights. This is going to be great.
I agree completely. Okay, let's start planning the details and get this challenge underway. I can't wait.
Me neither. This is going to be a lot of fun. Alright, let's do it.
Lesson 9: Bargain Hunting at the Thrift Store.
Morning, Anna. I was hoping you could give me some tips on how to score great deals at thrift stores. I've been wanting to do more secondhand shopping.
Ooh, thrift store shopping is one of my favorite hobbies. There are definitely some insider tricks to finding the best bargains. Where do you usually shop for secondhand items?
Well, I've been meaning to check out that big Goodwill store downtown, but I'm not sure what to expect. Do they allow any kind of negotiation on the prices?
Great question. Most thrift stores do allow a bit of wiggle room when it comes to the pricing. It never hurts to politely ask if they can offer a discount, especially on larger or higher ticket items.
Ah, I see, that's good to know. I wouldn't want to be too pushy, but a friendly negotiation can't hurt. What other tips do you have for getting the best deals?
Let's see. One key thing is to shop frequently and be patient. The inventory at thrift stores is constantly changing, so you have to be willing to dig through to find the hidden gems.
Ah, yes, the treasure hunt aspect is part of the fun, isn't it? I can see how that would make each visit an exciting experience.
Definitely. And another pro tip is to focus on the off-season or less popular items. Things like winter coats in the summer or formal dresses outside of prom season often get marked down heavily.
Ooh, that's smart. Targeting the overlooked items is a great way to score some real bargains. I'll have to keep an eye out for those types of deals.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask the staff if they have any upcoming sales or discounts. A lot of thrift stores will do half-off days or weekly specials.
Good call, I'll be sure to inquire about any promotions they have going on. Anything else I should keep in mind?
Let me think. Oh, one more tip: check the item quality closely before purchasing. Make sure there are no major flaws or damage, even if the price is incredibly low.